right, good morning, everyone. This is Mike Talks on Y Sports. I'm your host, Michael Walters, and today we're going to be talking about the New York Knicks and the Nets going into the All Star break, and we're going to talk a little bit about the New York Giants and the New York Jets. All right, so right now I'm just going to start with the All Star break. Yes, the Knicks, they did finish the the games before the All Star break. They did win against the Pacers and the Hawks. Well, the Pacers' victory was pretty decent because we did see Karl Anthony Towns score 40 points and Josh Hart score 30 points, both of them combining for 70. That was a fantastic game because they actually played defense in that game. And yes, they just got lucky because the Pacers didn't have Miles Turner that day. And also, Brunson didn't play good, but the thing is, even though he didn't play good, the bench still showed up in that game, and basically the reserves won the Knicks that game on I think it was like Tuesday. Yeah, it was Tuesday, and it's like so it's like it tells me that this Nick team is, even though the bench has gone a little weaker, it still is the best Nick team we've had in years, because in previous seasons, whenever Brunson has a bad game, the Knicks will lose. But this year, it's different because even when he's having like not having his typical good game, he other people take up the scoring, like whether it's Cat or if it's Hart or Ananobi or Bridges, it's like another person takes on the scoring whenever they see their leader, their captain struggling. So that's the special thing about the Knicks this season. And also in the All-Star break, yes, the All-Star break is this weekend. Both Cat and Brunson are going to be representing the Knicks in the All-Star game. Well, what makes it funny is that they drafted teams, and for some reason, they did not put Brunson and Cat together. They put them on different squads. I get it. You want to have a little bit more, variety. So, but I don't know. It's kind of a little, it's a little stupid, 'cause a lot of people, like, even a lot of NBA players are not even fans of the new format. Like, they draft these new teams, like they have Team Shaq, Team Kenny, Team Chuck, and I think they say the fourth team is the rookie sophomore squad that wins that Rising Star Challenge. And I'm like, okay, I get it, you're trying to make it a little bit more competitive, but it has always been East versus West. It has always been Team LeBron or Team Durant, whatever the hell you want to call it. Like, it's always been those formats, but now they want to make it a little bit more competitive. I get it because the ratings have gone down, but I don't know. It's not going to look too nice seeing Brunson and Cat face off against each other. But it's whatever. Like, we hope one of their teams wins. Like, that's really it. Right now, I'm going to be talking about the Brooklyn Nets. Okay, they they already accomplished one good thing so far. You finally bought Ben Simmons out of his contract. Yes, you finally got rid of him you finally got rid of him, and now your team is actually starting to thrive right now, because I think they've been winning. They've actually been winning a couple of their games right now. Like, just recently, they beat the Sixers, I think by 4 points in Barclays, and I'm like, okay, I get it. The Sixers didn't have Maxi, they didn't have MB, but they did have Paul George, who was clearly a non-factor in that game. He only scored 2 points and was like 1 for 7 from the field. And I'm like, man, you played so terribly against the Brooklyn Nets. Damn, it looked like the Brooklyn Nets, they're getting a little bit better. And I see that since they have traded for D'Angelo Russell, it's looking like D'Angelo Russell's starting to revive his career being on the Nets again. And I feel like he's a way better point guard than Cam Thomas. Cam Thomas, I feel like his injury was a blessing in disguise because I feel like if he had still been playing, the Brooklyn Nets would still be losing. They'd probably be like down the bottom of the East. Well, technically, they're still in the bottom of the East, but you kind of see what I'm saying. Like they would have had a worse record than 20-34. Right now, they're tied with the Sixers for the 11th seed. They're literally about a game and a half away from the 10th seed. I feel like the Brooklyn Nets, they are going to try to improve. Yes, they're not going to be in the same level as the Knicks, but I feel like going into the All-Star break, they're going to be like, you know what? We have a chance to make it to the play-in tournament, and we're going to do everything in our power to make sure that happens. Making the play-in tournament probably should be their next step. I don't think they're making the playoffs because their team still needs a lot of work. Yes, a lot of players getting injured and stuff, but they just need to work with what they got and just hope and pray that they can potentially make it to the postseason. So that's really all that I have for the Nets right now. Okay, so right now I'm going to be talking about the New York Giants and the Jets. Well, first I'm going to be talking about the Jets. Just recently, Aaron Rodgers had finally figured out that he has no future on the New York Jets. And I'm like, it's about damn time he realized that the Jets are not a good team. Like, I was not surprised. I knew that eventually he will come to his senses and realize that the Jets have no future. Like, he needs to go to a different team. If you want to end your career on a good note, you cannot end it with a team like the New York Jets. The Jets have their own issues. Maybe going into the draft, the New York Jets should try looking for a new offensive line, a new wide receiver, a new quarterback. Like you need to look for new like pieces because I'm not to make fun or talk bad about Aaron Rodgers, but your time in the NFL is done. I'm not gonna lie, you washed up. Like I don't know who's gonna pick you up. Like you're not even as good as Brady. So my 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 advice for you is make the right decision, and whatever team you want to play for, that's your business. New York can deal without you. The Jets are going to try to find a different quarterback. I don't know who they're going to get because I don't know who even wants to play for the Jets. So I don't know. Like I feel like Aaron Rodgers, what probably led to his decision is that he realized that the Jets, they have a lot more work to do. And the Jets do have a lot of work to do. They need to change their front office. They need to change their defensive line, offensive line. There's a lot of internal issues in that team. So I feel like that's why he decided, I think it's time to cut ties with this team and go elsewhere. So I just wish him all the best in his new adventure, wherever that is. And I just hope the Jets make the right decision for their squad. And right now, I'm going to be talking about the New York Giants. Okay, there are a lot of questions going on right now. Um, the Giants, they want to trade for Matthew Stafford. Okay, I get it. You want to get a more established quarterback than actually drafting a quarterback. But right now, they're dealing with like two choices. Like they either want to draft a quarterback like Shader Sanders, son of primetime Deion Sanders, or trade for an established quarterback like Matthew Stafford. Okay, I feel like trading for Matthew Stafford will be a better idea than drafting Shader Sanders. Reason is because you get a more veteran presence to lead your team rather than basically developing a rookie who may or may not produce at the level you want him to produce at. So I feel like the Giants, I feel like they're in win mode. So that's why they want to go get a veteran quarterback. If they can get Matthew Stafford, okay, it's going to make their team better. But I don't know. Only time will tell with the Giants, because the Giants have been like the laughing stock of the NFL for the past like 3 years, 4 years with Daniel Jones. So you just got to make the right decision for this team. Like, I don't know if you maybe I feel like they should consider getting a new coach, because the current coach, not to be disrespectful, but they've been a couple games last season where the Giants, all they needed was one play to win and they end up losing. So it's like, looking at it, it's like, is this coach really the right coach for them? Like, I think they need a different coach, a different offensive coach or defensive coach. Like, and I feel like they should try to get a new running back. I get it. No one is going to replace what Saquon Barkley did, even though congrats on him winning the Super Bowl. But they need to get another running back. Like, I don't know who's going to be the new running back. Maybe they should draft a running back to help whoever is the quarterback. Like, yeah, so it's like I feel like the Giants, they just need a couple more pieces on offense and a couple more pieces on defense, and I feel like they're going to be all right. But going into the offseason, all we're looking for is, are they going to pick up Cooper Cup? Because he is a name that's been flowing around on their radar. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to get him. Maybe they get either him or Stafford, or maybe both of them. Like, if they could get both of them, more props to them. But I don't see that happening. So, even though all of us Giants fans, we want them to make these moves to make their team better. All I have to say is that the Giants are going to do what the Giants want. If whoever is available, they're going to take that player. Whoever doesn't want to play, they're just going to go a different direction. Like, that's really how it is. And I just hope the Giants make the best decision necessary. Like, all of us, I speak for all New York fans. We want the Giants to bounce back. We want them to go through that evolution period, like how, for example, the Knicks, they were laughing stocks in the NBA for many years, and then until Thibodeau became coach, the team just suddenly became good. Like, we want that exact same thing for the Giants. They just need to make the right move to put this franchise back at the winning stage. And that's all I have for today. All right, so we have reached the conclusion of today's episode. I see it has been a little bit shorter than usual, but it was still a very fun and entertaining episode. So I will catch you guys next week. I Again, this is Michael Walters reporting from WIUR. This is Mike Talks NY Sports. Have a good day.